Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on KPAX, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, I'm Jill Valley.
And I'm Dennis Bragg. Winter weather keeping crews busy across western Montana responding to crashes. The Missoula County Sheriff's Office issued a means alert earlier this evening for a multi-vehicle crash on Interstate 90 east of Alberton that did block the eastbound lanes for a while.
So drivers are being urged to avoid that area and take it slow when you are on the roadways tonight and tomorrow. Allow yourself some extra time to get there. For the latest conditions right now and what we could see in the morning, here is Chief Meteorologist Aaron Yost. Aaron.
Yeah, we're going to see more of the same here over the next few hours as we take a look at what we saw earlier today in Hamilton. This is our First Security Bank iCam. You can see those lowered cloud levels and eventually those snow levels lowered for just about everybody down to valley floors. Some folks still seeing rain-snow mix in the Bitterroot, but for the most part, everybody should switch over to all snow as we move throughout your Friday. Now tonight, the focus across northwest quarter of the Treasure State. That's where we find some winter storm warnings in effect until noon on Friday. The rest of the viewing area under winter weather advisories also until noon on Friday, but we could see more issued because we are going to continue with the snow event. More details coming up.
While all of western Montana sees some snow today, it's been full speed into winter for the Flathead. And
it's not over yet. MTN's Nicole Miller updates how road crews are bracing for the next round of wet.
Snow is piling up across the Flathead Valley.
In Columbia Falls, the snow is really coming down, and visibility on the way here through Highway 2 was so poor I could barely see the car in front of me. Just to urge drivers out there that these roads are getting very slick and be very cautious.
When you have similar conditions to what we've experienced the last 24 hours, it's actually a wet, heavy snow, but that makes instant ice, and the more traffic actually compounds that.
The Montana Highway Patrol responded to almost 50 crashes or slide-offs in Flathead and Lake counties Thursday.
Probably the most important part is not running around on tires that are severely worn. Your snow tires are going to increase your traction over an all season by tenfold. It really will. Your starting and stopping power is shortened with the use of studded snow tires for better grip. All season tires, a lot of people run all season tires, all-wheel drive vehicles, studless snow tires. Just having traction and having tread on your tires is very important.
A winter storm warning remains in effect through noon Friday for the Flathead and Mission Valleys, as well as the West Glacier and Kootenai Cabinet regions.
It's highly likely Friday we'll do the same thing on a 5:30 start and get out there. If we need to be out on Saturday, we'll have some crews out on Saturday. Typically we don't. It'd be an overtime day for us, but we'll just wait and see what the weather gives us and then make a call on Friday whether we need to have a Saturday work day or not.
Reporting in Flathead County, Nicole Miller, MTN News.
And the Department of Transportation asking drivers to check the conditions before heading out of the roads and especially allow extra time to get where you're going.
Governor Steve Bullock's budget director says state leaders are close to an agreement on a way to fill the state's massive budget hole, but some lawmakers are saying not so fast. Wednesday, Governor Steve Bullock's budget director said key lawmakers tentatively agreed to a three-pronged framework for solving the budget crisis. One part spending cuts, one part tax increases, and one part budget transfers. But today, some House Republican House leaders told MTN News that there's no settlement yet. House Majority Leader Ron Ely of Hamilton says House Republicans are still evaluating the options, and it's up to Bullock to come forward with the detailed spending cuts or other changes before any special session is called. The Bullock administration says it's still hoping a deal can be reached this month to avoid balancing the budget entirely with those spending cuts.
A plan to reconfigure Missoula International Airport is beginning to take flight, with the Missoula County Airport Authority approving schematics for a modern terminal. Plans to remodel the terminal first began 4 years ago, but last year it was determined an entirely new building was needed because the original one dates back to the 1940s and has already been remodeled nearly a dozen times. The new terminal will be built in phases in the footprint of the existing building to minimize construction impacts for passengers. The new terminal will stand at 3 stories tall, up from the present 2, featuring better traffic flow with larger gates and a more robust security checkpoint to help get passengers on planes faster. Additionally, the new terminal will be built with modern technology in mind.
Really think about how things have changed in the industry. Back in the day when it was built, it was piston-powered airplanes, DC trees that held maybe 15 or 20 passengers, and nobody had anything to plug in the wall back in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, really even into the 80s. And so nowadays, of course, with technology, we need a facility that can serve our public.
So what's next for the big airport project? First, the Airport Authority must approve a contract with the design team. That team includes A&E Architects and Martel Construction. Then design documents must be written to determine how the process will go. They'll expect to get bids next July. Finally, crews will break ground in about a year from now. Construction is estimated to take about 5 years to wrap up.
Tonight, an art gallery in the Flathead Valley hosted a show that let one local artist pay tribute to all the work the firefighters did this season. It was at the Dick Idle Gallery in Whitefish. It hosted the evening thanking the firefighters and showcased artist Crystal Johnson's work that displayed images from this season's lengthy fires. Her father and grandfather were once firefighters, so she relied on their stories to recreate some of these scenes. There were a few firefighters there tonight, and they got a painting as a gift to say thank you. Johnson says the night was a great chance to meet those firefighters who keep communities safe.
I'm really grateful for the opportunity, and I know the whole community just really respects and appreciates the firefighters, and I'm glad it's kind of an outlet, place to get people together with the firefighters so that we can thank them.
And 10% of the sales of other artwork went to a firefighting fund tonight.
The current job market is great for the workforce, but it's really tough on employers because of an increased challenge finding skilled workers.
This trend has also made its way to seasonal work, especially in retail. MTN's Don Fisher goes on special assignment to show us how businesses are responding to the problem.
With unemployment rates in Missoula around 3%, businesses throughout the community are having a tougher time finding skilled workers. The retail stores are no exception, looking outside the box to help attract more applicants. It all started last year with the Missoula Job Service.
So last year we were talking with some of the employers, and it was during the holiday season, and they were just having a really tough time. By then it was too late to actually do a career fair, so we started planning one for this year. So we had about 30 employers, and they were all very appreciative with the exposure that they were getting.
This is a trend that's been going on for the last few years. As the economy has improved, so has the unemployment rate. While retailers at the mall have struggled to find seasonal help, across the street at Bob Ward's, they say they haven't really noticed a drop-off in applications.
A lot of times there's so many applications, it's hard to keep up with all of them. There's seasonalities of when the applications are coming through heavier. Obviously, when school's getting ready to get out or when school's getting ready to start, we'll see a heavier traffic flow of applications coming through the front doors at that time. But it seems like we always have a very good pool to go to and look for our help.
In response, other businesses have become more creative to attract these applicants.
Retail and all other employers in town, we are starting to see wages go up a little bit because it is so competitive right now. Flexible schedules, working with student schedules is an important thing also.
Kane says he thinks their emphasis of working with students has helped keep their workforce strong.
We always try to work with college students, and I think that actually is an enticement for people to come in because we're willing to work with school schedules a lot. We certainly have our full-time year-round employees that are kind of the core, but then on top of that, our part-time employees that are coming in as college students or they're just looking for a side job, things like that.
Harmon says the seasonal job fair is a positive step for retail stores, but she says the lack of workers isn't going away anytime soon.
Retail historically is lower wages, and they're also just looking for part-time for a short amount of couple months. A lot of times people are looking for full-time work right now.
On special assignment in Missoula, Don Fisher, MTN News.
Harmon says they plan on hosting another seasonal job fair next year, but they hope to have it in September instead of October to give employers a head start on that seasonal hiring.
Coming up, Aaron comes back with this snowy forecast and looks at the rest of the weekend.
And childbirth is never easy, but for one couple it took an unexpected twist. We'll hear their story still ahead here on KPAX.